Bam.
Oh, we did
It's
it.
me,
Hello.
that guy. And it's that other guy who's here every couple
We made it.
weeks.
We made it. Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or whatever. Good evening. It's Tuesday morning. It's Matt and Dan, and this is Coffee and Questions, where we answer your questions. Dan, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. I'm just getting the stream set up over here so I can watch it, make sure everything's looking good. We've got, ready to answer some questions that you guys bring through.
Yeah.
I'm wide awake right now, ready to go. I actually had my coffee beforehand.
Whoa, look at you. I
I
slowed
know.
down. I'm on my second cup, but it's almost gone. But I slowed down to have some during this.
Yeah,
So,
I had to get up early with the kids, so
oh,
I just like I'm gonna drink the coffee now. So maybe
I
I
I
won't
had to
stumble through,
force.
have any grammar mistakes or anything. We're just gonna hit the
You're
ground
you're
running.
carrying this thing. You're like flying high. I'm like super. I'm dragging. I went to a gaming convention this past weekend
Hmm.
in Philadelphia, and it was awesome. And it was fun to see all of my old convention friends that I see fairly not as often as I want to. But I walked a ton. We stayed about a mile and a half away from the convention center in
Hmm.
an Airbnb. And we're like, you know what? We're just going to walk it. Like it's the same distance. Like it's the same time. We could take the train in, or we could get a bus or whatever, Uber. It's going to be 30 minutes either way. Like, so
Sure.
we just walked. In 4 days, I put in 45 miles.
45
So
miles?
45 miles of walking in 4 days. So
And how
my,
far away was it? You said,
it, it was a mile and a half
oh,
ish,
that's
roughly.
impressive.
But then I'm
Wow.
walking around the convention floor
Sure.
all day long. Like I hardly sit down until the like evening there to play games with people. It's just a lot of like connecting and yeah, I do media stuff there.
Wow.
So
Well, yeah, I'm impressed.
so I
That's
slept really hard last night is what I'm trying to
I
say.
bet.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to wake up today.
Yeah. Well, I think you guys can tell we're starting a little bit early today. Normally start these at 9:30, but we wanted to get the live stream started so people can start trickling in because
Hmm. Hmm.
we have another meeting at 10 o'clock. So we wanted to make sure we gave you guys as much time to ask your questions in the comments. And answer all of those questions that we can because that is the point of these
Yeah.
live streams.
Yes.
um, I'm seeing uh, oh,
Oh,
just a
Aaron,
Facebook
thank you.
user saying nice shirt, and I
Oh,
believe
that's
that
my
is someone you know quite dearly.
yeah, that's my wife. Hello, Aaron. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Erin got this for me at a thrift store because
Oh,
she
okay.
loves sweaters and Christmas sweaters, and she found one that actually like I have really long arms, like having one that like doesn't come up to like my forearm when I stretch. It's a pretty good
Hmm.
find. Pretty good find.
Yeah. I see Ed here. Hello, Ed. Hi, everybody
Hey Ed.
hopping in.
Oh, thank you, Ed.
Nice to see you re up the
Nice.
subscription. Awesome to see that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's
I'm.
yeah,
I'll tell you what.
that was a good deal.
I'll put my Christmas sweater on for the next one, next week's. I
Okay,
didn't
I
think about it.
almost didn't today, and I was like, maybe we can do it next week. But I was like, you know what? It was
Hey,
there. I was there. I just
it's
perfect storm. I have
December.
more.
You're
That's
feeling
right.
good. Aaron, let us know in the comments. Is there anything you need Matt to accomplish today around the house?
Oh, come on. No, we're busy. I told
Call
you
him
last week.
out.
Yeah, I told you last week we were gonna get our Christmas tree, and then we went to do it, and we got there, and we're like, I don't want any of these. We want like a really big tree, and they were
Yeah.
where we went was very expensive. We're like, well, let's just
Okay.
go somewhere else where it's cheaper, and we can cut one down ourselves. So
There you go.
we're hoping to later today we can go get one.
Cool.
Um, but I have to
Very,
like
very
catch
cool.
up after this weekend. Hey, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments here. That's what we're here for, answering your questions. Help you make a better live stream. Getting a
Yeah.
Christmas tree, and there you
Um,
go.
it's been kind of busy around here too. Like I saw some questions about updates for Switcher and other things
Yeah.
in the group. I guess we can address some of those while we're waiting for your questions while we're live to trickle in. Um, you
Yep.
know,
Yeah. It looks like there was a question from Pavel Ivan
hmm
asking when there will be a new update. That was in the post I made in the group, and it's going to be soon. We actually have a meeting about it this week. We're looking for is it mid or late
Yeah,
December?
sometime early
And
next year.
yeah,
What we found in the we found the past, we've done releases right at the end of the year, and then everybody
Mm,
is out on break or is out
hmm.
somewhere, and yeah, things just don't go
Yeah.
great, and we can't
Have,
do a
they
really
basically
powerful
come back
release.
off of their vacation, and yeah,
Yeah.
so we're trying to be a little bit wiser this year.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a early next year release. We got some exciting stuff coming in. Hopefully you all enjoy it. Um,
Yep.
I don't know if we're teasing things or not.
We'll tease them next
Maybe.
week. How about that?
Okay, we'll tease them next week. Check out
We'll
the
tease them next
101
week.
group, and if you're not in the 101 group, I'll clip it out and I'll upload a video here. We'll tease some stuff.
Yep.
Um,
Perfect.
I see this one was another one that I got the confirmation this morning from. I saw not Matt W, but Matt H, Matt Hensley on
Hmm.
engineering team is asking about is VC backup. Tried it a few times, didn't work. VC or video chat or remote guests
Hmm.
should be back up and fully functional. Make sure you update to Switcher Studio 5 or not Switcher iOS
iOS
15. It's
15 to
15.2.
yeah.
Yeah, update to that, and everything should be back up, working well for you. Um,
Yeah, we know a
so
lot of people were trying the beta with 15 too, and that solved the problem. So,
mhm.
hoping that we don't ever see that problem again. That was a bother, that's for sure.
Yeah, no fun. But that was just released. Excited to see that
But-
released, and should be ready to go. Fixing
Yep.
everything up for you. Don't just it was just stuck with Chrome, right? Is all you could use for a little while.
Yeah.
So back to all the other fun stuff too. Another one I saw come through was talking about scoreboards, and I feel like we've
Oh
talked a
yeah.
bit about
Hmm.
scoreboards.
Yeah, I feel like we talk about it most weeks,
Yeah, and it
which
is
is
something
fine.
that's really cool, and I know people are really into it and want it. And I think
Yeah.
W7 Productions, who asked it, and they had like a cool idea about like
Yeah.
floating um, scores on top with like the transparency. So yeah, we're working on some features that are going to be really useful to every single person using Switcher, and I think even people doing sports streams and things like that are going to be excited about it. And we are talking about what's going on for the next year, and we're taking all this feedback, and it is being crunched down and processed, and we
Hmm.
promise you there will be some great updates. So be on the lookout next year for some of that stuff coming.
Right, and also like make sure you're sending those feature requests in. Be specific as well. There are a lot of sports out there, so making sure that we see what the most demanded is, the most asked for, because we really do want to make things better for you all. So, but be specific. Cool. Ed asked here in the chat, any chance of a spinning logo cube corner bug?
Corner book. Oh, that'd be neat. So kind of
Yeah, like a
like the
little,
news, like breaking news, you'd get like the
yeah.
thing spinning down there.
Mhm.
Um, I'm not
That's a
sure.
really great
I
question,
know
Ed.
like putting gifs or gifs, however you're actually supposed to say
I
that
don't
word.
know. Both ways, I guess, are
Like
acceptable.
is this like the I don't know, Marvel Civil War type situation here? Um, on the GIF, but yeah, like
Mm.
that's something that I don't know how possible it is. And check back with us. I'm gonna ask about that and see if there's any updates on those things here. I can put that question up on screen that had. Um, yeah, let me look into it, and I'll get back to you and let you know or comment here. But right now, it's not like coming out in like the next update or anything, but
That is
it's
a
an
really good
interesting
idea,
stuff.
though. Yeah. Again, like send that feature request in. Like we want to collect these, and like we can't get to all of them all the time, but like we're trying, we're working through them. So
Yeah, I appreciate Asia here really quick. It's too early for the gift debate. I 100% agree.
I say GIF. I don't say GIF.
I don't know. I think I say gift too, but
Okay.
I also think I've been told that's wrong. So yeah, it's too early for that debate.
I
Um,
yeah. It's you say whatever you want, everyone.
yeah,
Okay.
you
Like
know
I say
what? It's a
kitty corner.
have just have fun and do what's best for you.
Like I say kitty corner, and people around these parts say catty corner,
That's
which
true.
I'd never heard of in all of my life until I moved here.
Like
But
crayfish versus crawdads. There's all
oh,
sorts of stuff.
crawdads.
Yeah.
um.
All
Okay.
right. I saw Kevin. I think
Yeah.
from up in Canada. Hopefully, it's not too
Hey,
cold up there
Kevin.
yet. Asking about
It
looping
probably
video.
is.
Not bugging. Yeah. video like we added the trim feature recently. That's another one I can look into and get an update and send back to you guys. So yeah, don't really have an answer right now, but something I can look at or look into. Um, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just
Excuse me, everyone.
just making
Can
sure
you
everything's good
spend the
here.
weekend like trying to talk over a dull roar of a convention center with like a few thousand people? Like
Hmm.
you just drain your voice.
Yeah, I hear you. Um, do. All right.
Let's see here.
Cool. Just
I
making
saw
sure.
one. You can. I'm gonna. There's one in the group. I'm gonna try to find here real fast.
Sure.
Oh, we're going to mention this I think at the beginning, but we can do it now. A longtime user Tim Flanagan recently passed away. Now, Dan, you knew Tim better than I did, but
Yeah,
from what
I
I
mean
knew, he was the
this.
most kind, helpful person in the
Yeah,
group. You all are, the rest of you are great, but
this happened. I think not long after our last one here, so it's been
mhm,
a week or two. But
yeah,
and we have to just give a shout out to Dom and some of the other people who had just wonderful things to say.
yeah,
Dom posted it, and like Nick, one of the other co-founders, he actually called me when I was going to pick up the kids and just to let me know the information. And yeah, it was really tough to hear. And like Don posted that, like I didn't know what to say at first. Yeah, Tim was just a great person's community. I think Ernesto said his switcher ID I think is in like the single digits. He's been
it's
with
been
us
around
for
a
a
long
very long
time.
time, and
Yeah,
very helpful. Was always a champion for us, and
mm,
like also critical, which is great. If he had problems, he'd let us know, and
yeah.
kind of like you guys let us know too if there's problems. We're trying to fix them. So um, yeah, just sad times.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about it, but yeah, we'll miss him for sure.
Condolences to his family.
Hmm.
Sorry, that was kind of went from like an up to a down there during questions, but want to
Yeah,
make sure
I
we
mean,
mentioned that.
no, for sure.
um,
Tim was great part of the
yes,
community.
yes, really
Yeah,
was.
I see like people saying, I think this was Kevin saying, yeah, rest in peace, Tim. Um, and then I think Katie saying it's the video guy was such a special. Yeah, I
Mm,
also liked he kind of coined the term, and every single time we'd release a new feature or we'd show something new and people were kind of thought that was cool, his tagline was "It's not witchcraft, it's switchcraft," and it always got a chuckle out of me whenever he commented that. So
oh man,
we'll definitely be missed, and just thank you to everybody in this community for all the kind words
yeah,
that was passed along to. His wife, and I'm sure the family very much appreciated it.
yeah. Well, hey,
Uh,
let's jump back into some questions here.
yeah.
Uh, I do see one from Jose, and we may need it's in the group here. Jose
Hmm.
Carvalho. We might need more information, but I'll go ahead and read it. So it says, I'm
Sure.
trying to connect a Zoom H6 USB output to my
Hmm.
iPad Pro. I'm using the Apple Multi AV adapter, but
Yep.
I'm getting a very weak signal in. Anyone know how to solve this problem?
Okay.
You have any ideas about that one, Dan?
Sure. Yeah. So the Zoom H6, for people who don't know, it's a battery powered audio mixer. So I
Mm,
think it has 4 channels on it. You can do a couple more. It's a great little piece, but it does have a USB output that can plug in. And I can show you like where I would start troubleshooting. I can almost guarantee you probably have the gain or the output volume too low on the Zoom H6. So I would look in the manual on how to look that up. And obviously, I can't do that right now. I don't have a Zoom with me, but I can show you the places I would go. So here's switcher, and if I come down here to the audio tab, I would first make sure that you do. This does say USB mic input, and you're getting good levels. You want it up into the yellow or upper green. It also might be if you're just listening to it on through headphones, the headphone volume might be low and it actually might be getting
mhm.
good audio in.
Yeah.
You can tab this little gear cog icon and boost the audio there in there, so up to +6, +12. If you're doing those things, you'll definitely want to do a test recording to make sure it sounds good and you're not getting a ton
Yep.
of buzz or feedback or static noise in it. But those are the first two places I would check out.
Cool. Hopefully that'll work for you. Yeah, I'm looking. There are some questions in the group. I'm just trying to find the best ones for you all. And if you have your questions, please ask them here in the comments. Would love to help you all.
I'm trying to think. Do we have just a fun question? Is anyone doing anything fun before the year ends? Any New Year's special plans or holiday plans? Let us know what you all are doing.
I'm going to see Spider-Man this week. Is
Hey, all
that
right.
a special plan?
That counts.
Okay.
Go.
Hey,
Go see it.
I don't actually know the answer to this one. Maybe you do. So there's Mark from the group here says, can someone tell the difference between output the live feed or output the whole screen?
Yeah. So I can tell you exactly what that is.
This is not something I've messed with.
So yeah, if you come over here, let me turn this off. That's over here in the outputs tab. So the box with the arrow in it. If we come down to here, I'm assuming it's like these outputs, and you see it says live here. And if I come in, you can output the whole screen. The difference is if you do live, it's just going to output this section up here. So what your viewers would see while you're live. If you choose output the whole screen, it's going to show the entire Switcher Studio interface. So it'll show all your assets on the side. Some people
Okay.
prefer that. I personally think most people are going to use the live output.
Right.
And
Yep.
then there's this underscanned option down here. I can just tell you all about too. Like if you plug in an HDMI and the screen doesn't fit, or like the switcher output doesn't fit that screen, you can adjust this here to make sure that it fills the whole screen. Good, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
Yeah, something else I'll mention that I think gets overlooked is so many people think like switcher you have to be live, and if you do this none, you're just turning everything off. This none down here just turns off streaming, so you can record and not stream. I feel like that gets missed sometimes. Probably not in this group because I know we're live in the enthusiast group, and I think you all kind of have a good grasp on stuff. But
Right.
it's definitely something that's been brought up before.
Nice. Aaron, yeah. Aaron is forcing me to do a sing or dance variety show here in the house with friends and family. I guess it's this week. I don't know.
That's good to hear from. I think Kevin was saying, talking about the headphone volume. Yeah, always like start when you're dealing with audio problems. Always like start at the end and work your way back is kind of what I do typically. So like the first thing I'll do is look at the VU meter at the top, make sure like see if that's working. I'll check the audio tab to see where my audio is coming from. I'll check my cables, reconnect my cables, check my outputs to make sure they're tuned up, and always check your headphones too. It could be
Right.
anything.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
There you go. Let's do it, Asia.
That's a good idea.
Should I? So, my 2.5-year-old is doing cookie making this afternoon with Stephanie, my partner, and her mom. So Grammy's coming over to do. Maybe I'll set up a camera and stream them doing it too. I'm sure it's going to be absolute chaos in our house upstairs.
I found another question here in the group from Billy Huddleston. It's two questions actually. Just picked up my Apple branded Lightning to USB 3 dongle and a cable creation USB to Ethernet dongle. I'm using an existing USB 3 hub that I have. It's powered. I have it all wired up and working, including my Zoom H6. I've noticed that if I move the iPad, it loses the Ethernet connection. I've checked all my connections and they're good. The only remedy I found is to unplug and replug the Lightning to USB 3 dongle back in. Any idea what's going on? The connection looks good. I know. Do you understand all that?
That was a whole bunch. If I had a guess, and like I might need to see the whole setup here, but if I had to guess what's going on in that situation is Ethernet requires power, so your device needs to be plugged in. And I have a feeling
Mm,
that the power connection isn't holding up. So
okay.
if you're plugged into a wall outlet, that should be enough. Make sure you're using one of the big bricks, not like one of the small phone chargers.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Same thing if you're using a battery, you need to make sure it's one of the larger external batteries and not just like one of the small ones to make sure it's giving it enough power. Um, Otherwise, it might be that Ethernet adapter just might not be up to par, and it might be worth getting one of the Apple rated ones
Right. That's what I was thinking.
because yeah, I've found especially with Ethernet, the Ethernet dongles don't work so well. I don't know where mine is right now, but like I had an Anchor one that had an Ethernet pass through that used to work, and that doesn't work anymore because of an update Apple did. So you actually have
Mm,
to use like an Apple Ethernet USB adapter
yes.
to plugged into the hub. So
Yep.
yeah, that's the first two places I would check for that.
Okay. And then a second good answer. Second one here is I noticed when setting up YouTube that in the settings I can access online looks like Switcher adds a 1 minute delay and sets the latency to normal. Looks like I can change this via a browser to no delay and drop the latency to low or ultra low. So I'm guessing they're dropping this in YouTube. It
Hmm.
seems. The question is, why can't I change this in Switcher? Is this done for a specific reason?
This is
My live,
this is
yeah, good.
Yeah, this is something just on YouTube's end that allows you to be as close to real time as possible.
Right.
You're going to need a more powerful network for that to hold up. Um, so, in Switcher, in most places, like, we start sending video out and it goes live. And then if you're watching it, like I have Switcher, or not Switcher, I have the live stream pulled up here on my secondary monitor, and I know that this is probably 30 seconds behind just because it
Yep.
takes time for that video to go up, get processed by the servers on Facebook, and then distributed out to everybody. Um, that's kind of the same case for what we're saying with YouTube, but like YouTube has that ability to lower that.
Right.
So yeah, most places don't do it. That's like a YouTube specific thing, and yeah, I don't. I like unless your network is absolute insane. I don't think it's gonna be great to do that. I don't know. I don't even know if that's on like YouTube side. I might need to look into this a little bit more, but I know like yeah.
Would it have anything to do with like the latency in switcher, like being able to like reinforce Wi-Fi or any of
So
that? Like,
like
would that
yeah,
change anything?
this is my understanding of this issue is it's how long YouTube's processing the video before it sends it out. So whatever we do on our end won't change that at all, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. It
it's
does.
all just on YouTube's end. So we could tell it, hey, be as real time as possible, and send it to like Facebook or one of these other ones, and they're gonna just be like, sorry, like this is what you're getting. This is the delay. So, and that's normal. That's completely normal. Having that having that like 30 seconds. That's going to be the same for all your viewers watching. It's going to be within like a couple seconds. So there's no like real issues there or anything.
Right.
It's a very normal thing. I mean, like we can't change physics, unfortunately, to process video faster or make the video go through the internet tubes a little bit faster to be sent out to everyone's computers. So, good
Okay.
questions though. It is an interesting one, and
Yeah.
not something I've really played around with. Maybe that's something I'll mess around with a little more.
Okay. Here's another one from Mark. Hi everyone. I have a question. I'm trying to stream to YouTube, but I immediately get this message when I press the red button. Streaming to Facebook works, and the message they get is streaming server connection failed. So they're saying YouTube is a no, Facebook is a yeah.
Okay. Let me pull up this again. My guess is a couple things. First, make sure you have the blue check mark next to Facebook or next to
Mhm.
YouTube. Make sure the correct name is over there as well, because it's very possible you have like an event that doesn't actually exist and you're not able to stream to it.
Right.
Um, And if you like are doing custom RTMP or scheduling it, you actually have to go into YouTube and manually start that. So make sure you're doing that as well. I'm like that's something
Awesome.
too I might have to look at and mess around with to fully
Yeah.
understand.
It's interesting. Like if it's working on Facebook and not YouTube, yeah, I would just guess there's an event not scheduled correctly, or maybe the check mark's not by the proper one.
I would say
But
if Asia or Katie, if you guys are still in the comments over there, if you could either get the streaming to YouTube Help Center article or the video tutorial on YouTube. I think the
yes,
video
please.
tutorial's in the Help Center. So if you could throw that in the comments, that might be helpful. Or maybe even just if we just throw that into that the Facebook the Facebook comment thread, that might help too. And yeah, that's the first place to start is just go through those steps to make sure everything
Oh,
is
and
connected and
here's
working well.
some more. They said they're using a custom RTMP. So, I mean, just make sure you have the right key in there
Yep.
and you haven't missed it or add a space or any of that.
Literally, yeah, like if you copy and paste it in, there might be like a space at the end, and that
Yeah.
space will mess everything up. So, yeah, if you're tapping the go live button in Switcher and it's immediately telling you it's messed up, almost like I would say 99 out of 100 times, it's the RTMP values are
Yeah.
either wrong, so they're outdated, or they're inputted correctly. So, yeah, check out the Switcher Studio dashboard too for an easy way to set up custom RTMP, and that's where I would go with it.
Yep.
There's that article.
Cool.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you, Katie. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think we've
I'm
gone through
seeing
a lot
like
of
I'm
the
not seeing a
questions
ton of
here.
other questions come
Mhm.
through.
That's
We'll do
okay.
one more of these,
It's good.
one or two more. I don't know. Like, what's? Let me pull up my calendar. Like, what are we looking
Well,
like for the rest of the?
I think we have one more in this group this year. I
Yeah,
think.
one more in this group. I'm
Yeah.
just wondering, like, are we gonna be my my Google Calendar logged me out, and I'm having to log back in. Yeah, the 20th and the 27th. So we'll be back right
Yeah.
before the end, right?
Yeah, we'll be in the 101 next week on Monday, answering questions there. So if you want
We
to
talked
join
about maybe
there,
going to the Facebook page, so who knows?
we
Maybe
did.
maybe
We'll
we'll do
we'll
something
figure that
fun.
out. We're gonna figure that out here.
Yeah.
But for those of you who have some big house of worship services coming up, last week Dan and I did last minute tips and tricks for those who are going to be doing that. We did that in the 101 Facebook group, so you can check the live stream there if you want some tips and tricks. We also have an article, blog post on our website. You can go there and just things you might have forgotten, things you didn't know you didn't know. So, yeah, check that out.
Yeah, do that. I'm reading this last comment here.
Yeah. Oh, I think I read this one in the group a bit ago.
This is from Todd asking.
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch. It's a paragraph, but it's good stuff. I think
Does it
20
sound
minutes
right?
before showtime, it's best to unplug the WAN cable from the router and restart the router and bring switcher, iPad, and all devices back on wireless local network without your internet connection. Just record. You can 100% do that if you
Yeah.
wanted to. What you're saying, Todd, if you are there and the internet is not giving you the output you need to stream, I would either director mode and just stream at a really low quality if getting a stream out is important, or B, exactly what you're saying, just unplug the internet cable, but have your router set up. Even if it's an older router, if you can connect the devices and do director mode still, like even if it's a little choppy,
Yeah.
you can still use that director mode and have that full quality upload for afterwards. So great tips, and that is something we did to touch on last week in that stream. If you wanted to check it out, yeah, if there's interest in that too, check out the 101 group, or it's actually on YouTube now, so you can check it out on YouTube. Maybe we can
Yeah.
share the link in the user group or something, but or in this group.
So
But
Todd
yeah,
confirmed. There
yeah,
you go.
great idea. And it is like something. Don't be afraid to if things aren't going exactly as planned, and you're new to the streaming, just record it. Have
Yep.
a recording and
Director mode
upload it.
is a underutilized tool in Switcher.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep. Great questions.
Cool. Well, I think that's probably it for us. We have a meeting to run to here
Yeah.
right after this. So thank you all for your questions and for hanging out with us. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And we will be back. Well, we'll be around, but we'll be back live
Happy
in a couple weeks
holidays.
here.
You know,
Happy
if it's Christmas, Merry
holidays.
Christmas. If it's any of the other wonderful ones, you know, just
Mm,
enjoy it. Enjoy the time with your family, friends, by yourself if that's what you prefer. Just yeah, enjoy it
Yep.
all. All right, everybody.
Cool.
That's gonna do it for us. I
Peace.
will talk to you all later.